For today's video, we are doing my kitchen. We moved into this apartment about more than 2 years ago, and I've started changing a few things about a year ago. We had a roommate back then, so I didn't really want to completely take over everything. So you're gonna want to start with clearing off all your counter space. Here, I'm just moving everything to one side since I'm only working one side at a time. You want to use 1 part Clorox and 3 parts water. You don't want to use straight up bleach, otherwise it's gonna scop off your paint. We don't want to do that. You can use a paper towel or a rag to do so. Just make sure you switch or rinse in between. Don't forget the inside of your cabinet as well, and the cabinet on top of your refrigerator. Also, don't forget to clean underneath your vent. If there's a lot tougher grease or scuff, make sure to go ahead and use a sponge. Don't forget the lower cabinets and drawer as well. I'm just cleaning the lower cabinet even though I'm not covering it. I try to do this every couple of months just to keep up with it so that when we move out it won't be too much. Once you get the cleaning done, go ahead and grab your contact paper and decide how you want the design to go. I decided to go more of the long ways like this, and then once I'm happy, I just measured how much contact paper I'm gonna end up using. I try to cut only 2 contact paper at a time just because some of my cabinets are at a different dimension. This way you're not wasting any contact paper by cutting prematurely. You want to make sure everything is aligned before you start peeling the backing of the contact paper, and use the upper part of the cabinet to align everything, just to make sure that your designs are all straight. So here I'm just deciding how I'm gonna lay out everything, and then once you got that stuck on there, go ahead and slowly peel off the rest of the backing. You're gonna want to use a old gift card or a bank card, as long as you're not too scared for it to snap in half like it's gonna happen, but just in case. Here I'm using that card to get rid of the air bubbles. You can also use a pin, like a very tiny pin, to just poke a hole and let the air bubbles out. Otherwise, if you do it slowly, you don't have to do that and come back for it later. I'm just cutting off a piece here where the cabinet connects to the actual frames. I decided to do this to make it look a lot more cleaner. And then after that, you're just gonna start folding everything inwards. Here I'm just detaching that piece that I cut, and right now I'm just folding the contact paper inwards so that when I open the cabinet I could reach it from the inside. And then from here, it's pretty much just self-explanatory. I open the cabinet, fold everything inside, and then just make sure everything is aligned. Cut any excess contact paper if I need to. It's pretty much like wrapping a book cover. There's no right or wrong way about which side to fold at first. I just pretty much went from the upper part, the side, and then the bottom. You can see here I'm just using the side of the refrigerator to keep all my excess contact paper so that it's not sticking to other places that I don't want it to. And then again here, just removing that excess contact paper and then folding the rest. You're gonna want to repeat the same process to the next cabinet as well as the rest of your cabinet that you want to cover. Here I still have 3 on the other side and 2 on top of the refrigerator. And here's a clip after I got everything done. It took me about 15 minutes or so to get everything aligned. Once you got majority of your cabinet covered, you're going to move on to the backsplash. I got the Salvas adhesive wall towel at our local dollar store. I grabbed 20 of each and start sticking them to the wall. I left the bottom and the top part just because I know I'm going to be using some decoration to cover it. You're going to want to repeat the same process on the other side, clean cabinets, empty counter, and so on and so forth. The next clip, I will be showing you how I attach the rest of the tile for the backsplash. And then again, you just want to clean your wall as well so that the adhesive will stick on better. Here I'm just measuring how much of the product I'll be using, and as well as to kind of eyeball where I'm gonna cut for the outlet right there. Once I have everything set up, I cut a little piece off the corner just to match it a lot better with my wall. And then go ahead and start removing the protective cover at the back so to expose the adhesive to the wall. Again, I'm just cutting so that it'll fit better with the outlet. I'm using a ID card or a bank card here just to measure up the width of the outlet, just so when I cut the next piece it will be the same length. You can also use a pen or a white marker so that you have something to go with when you're cutting your piece. The same process here, measuring up everything, marking so that I know where to cut and how much I won't be needing. You're just gonna pretty much repeat this process for the rest of your wall. Here's how mine looks after I covered the rest of them. Then once you're set, go ahead and start decorating your space according to your liking.